Om Namah Shivaya.
Shalom, dear friends. I'm Professor Dr. Manoj Kalantri from Ishan's Emporium. Today I have come to speak on a very interesting Rudraksha. What is this Rudraksha? This is called a Gauri Shankar Rudraksha. A Gauri Shankar Rudraksha is also known by the name Uma Shankar. It is a rare phenomenon. It is a miracle of nature wherein two Rudrakshas are naturally conjoined. There's no interference or nothing where a man comes and does some kind of a grafting or something of that sort. On the tree itself, two Rudrakshas come and join together. And this kind of a formation, these two Rudrakshas coupled with each other, are called the Gauri Shankar Rudraksha. Well, friends, there are only two varieties, broadly speaking, only two varieties of Gauri Shankar Rudrakshas. The first variety hails from Nepal, and the second variety comes from Java. I have them in front of me. You must be wondering what is this third set of Rudrakshas. Well, I have some very interesting information regarding that too. Now, let me focus on this Rudrakshas and really tell you more details about them. Well, friends, let me start with the Gauri Shankars coming from Nepal. You see these two Rudrakshas, they're two independent Rudrakshas which are naturally conjoined. The Rudraksha towards my left is called Gauri, which is Parvati Mata, symbolic of Parvati Mata, and the one on the right is Lord Shiva, the Almighty. They are conjoined. You see this in the center, they are joined by mysterious reasons, and they have been talked about even in the ancient classical scriptures. As I've always told, it is easier to count the mukhs of a Nepali Rudraksha. Normally, when you count the mukhs of both of them together, there are either 9, 10 or 11. If their mukhs increase, especially if they become 14 mukhi, it gets very expensive. Original Gauri Shankars as it is are quite expensive. The larger they get in size, the clearer they are, the more well formed they are more expensive. Cheap ones are normally I would say duplicates, a bunch of duplicates. And the market is flooded with those duplicates. Now, the smaller one is always called Gauri, while the larger one is always called Shankar. Always remember this. And it is this joint that requires an expert eye and fundamental knowledge of Rudra Shruti in order to not get cheated. Well, I'll show you another piece. This is another piece. And here again, I think very clearly you will be able to see this side is rather smaller, this side is larger. The smaller side is called Gauri, Parvati Mata, the larger side is called Shankar, Lord Shiva. This is Gauri Shankar. This is the head of the Rudraksha. This is the tail of the Rudraksha. As they are two independent Rudrakshas but naturally conjoined, they have their own two central holes. You see these holes here on the top? Now let me show you the holes below. They have their own two independent natural holes. Now if you count the mukhs both put together, there would be 8 or 9, 10 or 11. If they are 21 by any chance, it will cost you a fortune. The cost is prohibitive. Now, this is how we give it at Ishan's, with silver caps and with buffers. And here you see this smaller bead called Gauri. This is Shankar. And here we co-join them into one. There are a lot of other things also that we do, but this is only for a learning purpose. So this is it. Now let me show you the second variety. That is Central Java, Indonesian variety. Here again, the left side is Gauri Mata, the right side is Shankar. The left side is, in a very pronounced manner, smaller than the right side. And this is again a Gauri Shankar. As always mentioned by me, Counting the muks in a Indonesian bead is always a challenge. But here again, the norm applies. It's 9, 10, or 11, both of them put together. Higher mooks like 14 and 21 can cost you a good amount of money, a very good amount of money. Another piece, here you see it all the more pronounced. You see the left one much smaller, the right one larger. And this is a Gauri Shankar coming from Java. Coming from Java, that is Indonesia. This is another bead. Here again, the challenge remains that you are not able to count the mooks very clearly. You need a magnifying glass or an eyeglass or a microscopic observation. And now coming to the interesting part. Now these are duplicates. Duplicates are made both in Nepal as well as Indonesian variety. There is a Java variety. I'm showing you two beads, and to explain you further, here in the center, basically these two beads will be natural beads. They would be rubbed off in the corner, and then they would be joined with each other by an adhesive or by using a nail or by using any other piercing instrument. And then after they're stuck to each other, then there is a paint job done. And the idea is to make the whole thing look like one single piece, more into a cohesive thing. Similarly, this, any dealer even with 10 years of experience is likely to fall for this lovely duplicate job. It's been done with so much of expertise that this center would not be identified as a fake center, a fake joining part. But then there are experts in the field of crime too, and so in Rudraksha. Well, this smaller part is supposed to be Gauri, this larger part Shankar. As I mentioned, they use adhesives to join these two Rudrakshas. And they also use various other methods like joining them through a pin or a nail. When it is just joined by an adhesive, you can simply boil it in water and they will give away. But when there's a pin or a nail, they may discolor. But nowadays, they have started coming up with methods in which the discoloration also does not happen. So you just need to be trained. You need to be trained and buy your Gauri Shankars from extremely reliable sources. Do not buy them. I shouldn't be saying this, but do not buy them randomly from the net. Just because a great price has been offered to you, don't be under the impression that it would necessarily be genuine. I am not putting everybody under a cloud, but then there are a lot of such sites which are very dubious in nature. Here again, you see these holes in the top. They're properly manually drilled. So this gentleman has taken two Indian beads and made a Gauri Shankar from this. Remember, there are no Gauri Shankars that come from India. The only Gauri Shankars that come are from Nepal or from Indonesia. Now, what is the purpose of wearing a Gauri Shankar? Okay, nature has given us something very divine. But what is it all about? Let me speak to you about that now. Well, this divine Rudraksha serves both materialistic purposes as well as spiritual purposes. Isn't that funny? But yes, people having problems in the relationships tend to wear a Gauri Shankar. People who are not getting married are advised to wear a Gauri Shankar. People who are married but are facing a lot of turmoil in the relationships wear Gauri Shankar Rudrakshas. People even in partnerships, if the right intent in the right puja and the right ritual is followed, people having problems in partnerships also can wear a Gauri Shankar Rudraksha. And for those who intend to go on a spiritual flight, can wear a kantha, that is a mala of 32 beads. 32 is not a number of applicable for any other bead, not only a Rudraksha bead, but may it be a Spatik bead or a Kamalgatta or anything. it's always 108 plus 1 or 54 plus 1 or 27 plus 1. But in case of Gauri Shankar, you can have simply 32 beads. And that kind of kantha or that kind of a mala is worn only for spiritual purposes, for your spiritual flight. Normally seen with a lot of aesthetics, a lot of godmen, and they wear some lovely beads, very lovely beads. The best beads, as I've always mentioned, are from Nepal, and they come from deep within Nepal, like places like Bhojpur, Dingla. Within Nepal, also, there's a lot of variety, and always try to get the best beads from Dingla or Bhojpur, and they should have that kind of density, they should have that kind of size, that kind of grooving, and they should be naturally connected. There should not be a semblance where you have a doubt that this has been connected falsely by some human intervention. So this is a short video in which I have given you a glimpse into the world of the Gauri Shankar Rudraksha, which is a rare Rudraksha. And my friends, we at Ishan's Emporium take pride in stating that we keep plenty of Gauri Shankars and of extremely good quality. So I'd like to sign off now. And if you have liked this video, if you have found the information given interesting, kindly like it, kindly subscribe to our channel, and kindly share the video. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next time, Shivam Kalyanam.